G'day guys, Dupont Ntamack. My name is Wildkard. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you for watching the Wildcard Rugby Show. Like, comment, and subscribe. And yes, you are here today because we are inching closer to the kickoff of the 2025 Six Nations series. And the first game on the calendar, France versus Wales. And boy, this is going to be a really tough game for the Welsh. You know, I do live in the best part of Wales, New South Wales. And, you know, deep in my heart, trust me when I say this, I do want the Welsh to put up a little bit of upset here, but it's looking like, yeah, a little bit of an upset is probably a bit of a gross understatement of the, you know, giant versus David versus Goliath magnitude of contest we are facing this weekend. So Warren Gatland not only is left without any sort of experience at 10, but yeah, he's left with a very little bit of experience in the front rowers and pretty much all around the park compared to the French team. And whilst the French not only have Antoine Dupont back in the fold, which made a drastic difference to their performance in the end of the November series, beating the All Blacks, they also got the I guess a lot of people's favorite child, you know, the bloodline player, Dupont Ntamack, son of a former French international. He is also back in the 10 jersey, and this is something that a lot of French fans, rugby fans all around the world has been waiting to see. He's been out of Test rugby for almost 2 years now. He hasn't played in the Rugby World Cup, injured just before the Rugby World Cup, and completely missing that, you know, monumental occasion at home. And he missed pretty much the entire season last year. Didn't play any Test matches at all for the French team. So yeah, he's finally back this weekend, and this will be interesting to see how they're gonna work, how dominant they're gonna be. Are they gonna, both the two players hasn't played together for a very long time, and Dupont has been playing sevens for a bit. Are they gonna have a bit of style clash in that combination, 19 combination? Then the French team will have to wait and see. There might be a bit of clunkiness out of the French because of that, but I don't foresee the Welsh putting up an upset, a Stade de France, in Paris, would come in this weekend. So yeah, let's have a look at the two teams going into this weekend. So this is my website, wildcardrugby.com. You can find all the team list as they come out over the week. So feel free to check that out and bookmark it. And this got previous games from, as well. So all the player stats are here, and there will be no spoilers. So yeah, check that out. Even if afterwards, if you're watching a replay or something, you can always refer back to this. The results are, on a different page. So yeah, you can always come and check it out whenever you are watching the game, whether it be live or on replay. So yeah, the Welsh is going to this game with a 12 game losing streak, the longest ever in the history of Wales. The last time they won was at the Rugby World Cup against Georgia in the pool stage, and they lost to Argentina in that semi-final where they were actually quite close. I thought that they were pretty much winning for about 50 minutes before the Argentinian bench in the legend that just retired. I'm not gonna say Santiago Carreras, but it's not Sanchez, right? When Sanchez came on, just completely turned the game around for the Argentinians, and since then, Wales hasn't really had much of success. They actually started really well Six Nations last year. You can see losing to Scotland only by 1, who were really dominant. Almost beat England as well at home, and only for the season completely fell apart. I thought there was some really interesting stuff they were working with last year. Lots of nice offloads, post contact, especially around the night channel, following like a breakdown or like a set play. They found a lot of success in that in the first 2 matches, and they just completely gone out of the window for the remainder of the season, leading into the losing streak. And also the Welsh had a bit of an issue, I think, in terms of Warren Gatland's selection. He was not able to he did not bring his most experienced players, albeit these players weren't like superstars at all. No disrespect, but they really needed more games. Players like Adam Beard and I think Will Rollins as well. They were left at home in the July Test series. Again, that's just, you wanted to build consistency. You wanted to have, the players being operating around other experienced internationals to get that transfer of experience through these matches, even if you don't want them to play because you want to give the younger players more time. Even in that case, you still should have brought the experienced players to, get a grip on, to show how everything is sort of done. He did not do that, leading into the November Test series, getting absolutely dominated by just about everybody. Losing to Fiji for the first time outside of the Rugby World Cup as well. So yeah, really disappointing. So Warren Gatland did come out and say this week there's going to be some change. Don't underestimate Wales. But I think France will not be the team that they're going to have a bit of have a win over. I don't foresee that. So France had a kind of like a bit of an opposite of the Welsh. They had following the Rugby World Cup exit, they had actually a pretty poor start to the Six Nations, losing to Ireland, almost losing to Scotland at home, and then draw with Italy at home. Was probably one of the most embarrassing. They could have lost if the Italian goal kicker had landed that final penalty. And it was a complete disaster for the French. Without Antoine Dupont, they finally got themselves back in a bit of a rise. And then also, obviously in July they went to Argentina to play with the B team, as they will be doing again this year against the All Blacks. And then the finish off season strong with the return of Antoine Dupont. So they are definitely back on the rise and looking at contending against ending Ireland's winning streak, Six Nations winning streak. To Ireland's looking to be the first nation to win Six Nations 3 times, and France is looking to end that this year. So yeah, the history between the Wales and France as well, since Fabien Galthié taken over, the French has not lost to the Welsh at all since 2019 essentially. So the referee in the weekend is going to be Paul Williams from New Zealand. There's going to be 20-minute red card, so he will be very much used to that. And he's sometimes he's okay. He's not most clinical, not the most clinical referee at times. He's the guy that infamously sent off Faf de Klerk after the Nick White swipe. So he's not. Sometimes he needs he does get the emotions maybe carried away a little bit. But overall, in terms of 20-minute red cards, I think he's going to be just fine. He's very, very well adapted to that. The weather on the weekend is going to be quite cold. It's going to be Saturday. There'll be potentially a bit of a snow the day before in Paris. And it will be at least dry on the day of the game. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. The cold weather should not be a factor for any of the players. So let's have a look at the players who's going to be playing this weekend coming in. So yeah, coming in number 1 for the French, Jean-Baptiste Gros coming in, Lucet Prob, Peter Movaka, probably one of the best hookers in the world right now, coming in number 2, and Uni Antonio returns to the fray at the number 3 tight head position. He's gonna be instrumental in the scrummaging for the French. Just massive size and excellent technique. Gareth Thomas comes in number 1, the veteran now, I guess, for the Welsh in the loose set prop position. He's gonna have quite a bit of work to do against Uni Antonio. The Welsh has brought in a new coach, Adam, what's his name? Adams? What's his name? The new scrum coach. So we'll see if that's gonna pay off for them immediately against probably one of the best scrums in the world. Evan Lloyd debuting at hooker as well. Again, it's such a big game. This is going to be pretty tough for him. And Henry Thomas only has 5 test cap under his belt, comes in number 3. So the front row is looking a little bit live for the Welsh. Coming in number 4 for the French, Alexandra Romat and Emmanuel Miefal. A bit of a younger selections here for Fabien Galthié, looking at rotating in some of the younger players, giving him some more time. Will Rollins' experience comes back for the Welsh in number 4. He hasn't really delivered for the Welsh in November Test Series, despite being, the experienced guy. And Daffy Jenkins has been kind of like doing a lot of the heavy lifting, despite being very young, 22 years of age, or 20 caps already. So he's been given a lot of opportunity recently. It's kind of, starting to look like he might start paying out some dividend for Warren Gatland. Coming number 6, Francois Crocs for France. Paul Baudegent coming number 7 with Charles Olivon injured again. So the 7 jerseys once again up in the air for the French. And coming number 8, the veteran Gregory Aldred comes in with 52 caps to kind of settle the back 3, not back 3, the loose 3 for the Welsh. For France, for the Welsh now, James Botham comes in number 6, Jack Morgan number 7, Aaron Wainwright comes back in at number 8 for the Welsh setup with a bit more experience here. The 6 and the 7 jersey here over the French, actually. So interesting how that's going to work out. In the backline now, this is where the fireworks is going to happen. For the Welsh, they do have Thomas Williams returning at number 9. He probably will be the one that guides a lot of the play, the style. Like I said, last year, a lot of the workloads around the Night 10 channel was set up by Thomas Williams. So this will be once again probably one of the things that they're going to be trying to work through for the Welsh team. Number 9 for the French, Antoine Dupont, the greatest player ever in the history of French. Yeah, potentially, maybe Galtier himself be a greater player. I would say. I will put him. Yeah, I would say Galtier might still be a, it might not be still has more. I think Galtier himself still has a, it might not be as talented as Antoine Dupont, but has probably better achievements given the time period that he played back then. Dupont still got some work to do, and Dupont Ntamack comes in number 10, returning as well. The long-awaited combination Dupont and Ntamack will be seen this weekend. Ben Thomas has been given the reign at number 10 with number of injuries, and a 10 as well for the Welsh. And Gareth Anscombe not selected. Don't know why, but he wasn't. He was a bit rusty in November, but yeah, it's again, you kind of need that experience in camp to have that transfer of experience to players. I think that Guyland is gonna. Ben Thomas has been fine for Welsh, but in this, against Ntamack and Dupont, I think it's gonna be a little bit over. We might get a bit overwhelmed there. Number 11 for the French, Luis Bieri. Josh Adams, number 11 for Wales, returning veteran. Number 12, Yoram Moefana as well. A bit of a change in 12 and 13 for the French. Moefana has been in for Jonathan Danty quite frequently, so he's pretty suited for the 12 already. But interesting change here, number 13 for the French. Pierre-Louis Brassy has coming ahead of Gael Ficou here for the French. Owen Watkins gets number 12, veteran as well. Nick Tompkins moved to 13. Normally, Nick Tompkins plays at 12. Quite a bit of a workhorse there for the Welsh. So maybe they're going to be looking at the rush defense out of Tompkins, putting some pressure, potentially, putting a bit of pressure on the 12 and 13, the fresh 12 and 13 combination here for the French. Number 14, Theo Asigobi for the French, and Tom Rogers for Wales. And number 15, Thomas Ramos, the second playmaker, and for the French. And number 15, Liam Williams, a master under the high ball and a world of experience, comes back for the Welsh. So under the high ball, I think will be similar, but I think Ramos might have a bit of a kicking game, slightly bigger kicking boot out of 15 jersey. In the reserves now, we got Julien Maconde comes in for French, number 16. Cyril Bay, number 17. Again, powerhouse off the bench. And Georges Henry Combe comes in number 18. Just French stacked with his huge props left and right. It's just 142 kilograms on this guy. Just what happened to Demba Bamba? He was supposed to be the next big thing, and then they have even bigger things coming through, and Demba Bamba is not even considered anymore. Elliot D comes in number 16 for Wales. Nicky Smith, number 17. Bit of veteran here. And Kire Asarati comes in number 18 for the Welsh. Number 19, Hugo Orado comes in number 19, younger player. Freddie Thomas, number 19 for the Welsh. Nikeo Gillard comes in number 20 for France. Tommy Raphael, number 20 for Wales. Oscar Jegu, number 21 for French. Rodri Williams, number 21 for Wales. Nolan Legaric, number 22 for the French. And the French, yes, has opted for the 6-2 setup on the bench. Pretty sure Oscar is a lock. Am I right? Open side flanker, yeah. So they have opted for the 6-2 bench for the French. Rodri Williams is a halfback, pretty sure. Yeah, scrum half. And then we've got Dan Edwards comes in 22 for Wales. Nolan Legaric, number 22 for the French. And finally, Emilian Galitin, number 23 for the French. Blair Murray, number 23, finishing off the reserves for the Welsh. This is going to be tough for the Welsh. I mean, hopefully they don't get flogged too badly in the overwhelming crowd of the State of France. I don't see the Welsh having much of a chance here, to be honest. So yeah, let me know your thoughts, let me know your predictions. I think the France will win this 42 points to 15. Yeah, let me know your thoughts, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later for the England versus Ireland preview. The Irish thing hasn't been announced so far, so when that comes out, check out the websites. Everything will be up there as well. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys for that and the reviews on the weekend. Cheers.